What's the Chow Chinchows? JoesphGames here, your coach of the Chester Chinchous, and welcome to week 1 of the IBL, the International Battle League Season 5. This is my first match in the IBL, and it is against Jacob, coach of the Green Bay Pikachus. As we can see, his team is very scary. He has Luxray, Celesteela, I hate this thing. Snorlax, I also hate this thing. Nidoqueen, Mega Gardevoir, I also hate that thing too. And of course Tornadus. And I brought in a team. Most of these teams are going to be without Darude's help this year, because the fact is Darude is a coach himself, so he doesn't really have, and he's very busy these days, so it's really hard to get him on a time where I can talk to him about my teams. So most of this is going to be from my own thoughts and my own ideas. I'm trying a few new things. I might even try and build my own sets instead of going off what Smogon suggests, instead of what I've been going off. See, I usually go off what Smogon suggests, but the fact is I might try and build my own EVs and IVs that actually might help me in these situations in battles. I don't know how well it's going to work. I have no idea. But anyway, that's what I'm going to try and be doing for this season. It's more of experimentation than anything really, and I enjoy that. Anyway, not important. My team is Mavis, the Florges, Rheneas, the Blaziken, Bulgy, the Alolan Sandslash. We have Thomas the Manaphy. We have Gordon, the Latias. And we have Edward, my Mega Electric. Wait, no. Gordon is the Latios. God damn it, I get mixed up. Alright, so we have Gordon the Latios and Edward, my Mega Electric. Let's see how we do. As we can see, he starts off with his Mega Electric, and I start off with Mavis. I wanted to see what he was going to do, so I thought Mavis would probably be the best tank to see what he was going to do and see if I could threaten him out. See if I could threaten him out and see what he would do if Mavis was on the field. So he decides to switch into Celesteela here. Mavis doesn't really have anything for Celesteela, so I'm switching into Gordon. He goes for I go for the Thunderbolt. He has a Wockenberry, so my Thunderbolt does nothing. And looking at that damage, even if he didn't have the berry, I'm pretty sure I would have done nothing. He sets up the Leech Seed. And gets some recovery back, which is kind of annoying, but not very much I could have done in that situation. The Thunderbolt was an idea, it just was a horrible idea at that point. I switch into Edward. As he goes for the Protect fails, obviously. I want to get rid of the Leech Seed, you see. And he switches out here. Because he's lost his berry, he has nothing to save himself against this. Okay, so he goes into his Nidoqueen as I Mega Evolve into Mega Electric. But as soon as you stay in, you've got to Mega Evolve. That's the rules. And I go for the Flamethrower. Now I know that Flamethrower wouldn't have done a lot of damage, but it would have done a lot of damage if he stayed in with Celesteela. It would have done a lot of damage if he stayed in with Celesteela. No berry, no special defense, no way of saving that. I mean, it wouldn't have killed, sadly, but, you know, would have hurt. I switch into Manaphy as he puts up his rocks. And he gets HP back from the Black Sludge. And switches out into Jerk, which is his Snorlax, which is an absolute jerk. This thing is so goddamn tanky. I set up a sub because I wanted to see what he could do to me. I wanted to see how much attack stats he's put into this thing. And I was thinking, like, maybe I can do something if I set up Tail Glows, and if I went +6, I might be able to do some serious damage to this thing. But, oh no! One Flockade destroys my sub before I even get a chance to set up. That's how invested this Snorlax is. It is invested to the max. It is a max HP Snorlax, and there's not much I can do against a not max HP, max attack Snorlax. There's nothing I can do against that, really. Not with Thomas. Thomas is sets up. He can set up like substitute after substitute and do nothing again, nothing behind that. He does not get 2 turns to set up a Tail Glow. So I U-turn out here. I wanted to get out here. It does okay damage. The U-turn did okay damage. I'm going into Gordon because right now I'm just trying to figure out what I can do in this situation. This thing is far too tanky and can one-shot my entire team. The only idea I had against it was Blaziken, but I didn't really have a way of bringing Blaziken in. So this moment in time, I'm letting Gordon die because the fact is I really didn't have an idea of how to let Blaziken in. So I thought I might as well use this Sub-Zero Slammer. I had it for somebody else in his team, but like they didn't come, so I didn't have any idea of what I was going to do with it. So I bought Sub-Zero Slammer for no reason at all, really. And down goes Mega Electric. Not down goes Mega. Down goes Latios. Here I'm in with Elias. I go for Protect because I wanted to see what he's going to do. I could have set up the I could have gone for the superpower there. I do have superpower on this moveset. I could have gone for the superpower, but I didn't know how much damage it was going to do. So I was thinking he might still live, and he could probably one-shot my Blaziken. So I go for the superpower here. I'm already intimidated by the fact he's bought in this thing. I crit it. Sorry about the crit there, Jacob. And, well, it did a lot of damage. It lived on 10. It lived on 10. If I wasn't intimidated, the crit probably would have killed the Luxray. Here I switch into Florges as he goes for the Volt Switch. I can take a Volt Switch all day and ask for seconds. He goes into A-Rod, his Celesteela here. I get the lefty's recovery. Can't really do too much to Celesteela, so I'm going to switch out with Mavis. I'm going into Edward. Edward can do things to Celesteela. Also can set up the Intimidate. He goes for the Leech Seed, which is kind of annoying. But like this is a tanky thing. I hate Celesteela. I really hate Celesteela. I've dealt with it twice this week, and I hate Celesteela because I'm in a league that I'm not recording, and I deal with Celesteela there. I really hate Celesteela. Here I went for the Flamethrower, hoping he'd stay in. He didn't stay in. He went to Claymaker, but I got the burn on Claymaker, which is interesting. I think that's rather interesting anyway. But I don't really know what else I could do with Edward here, so I'm going to switch out because he's going to set up an Earthquake otherwise, and I don't have anything that deals with Earthquake from Edward's power. Or Earth Power. Earth Power is also a thing that he could have done at the same time. That's very scary as well. Both of them would have been very scary for Edward. He goes to withdraw here, back into Jerk, as I go for the... I think I went for the... Yeah, I went for the Scold. It's been a few days. It's been a few days, okay? It's been a few days. I went for the Scold. It was a crit. Again, sorry about the crit, although it didn't really matter here, because it didn't do anything to Snorlax, but Snorlax is that beefy. I switch into Florges as he goes for the Blockade, which does a lot of damage to Florges. Here my idea was to try and Toxic or try and get some kind of status ailment in on this Florges. From the Florges in, because I did have Toxic on the Florges, but I didn't realise how much damage this thing was doing. So in the end I decided to just sack it and go into Rheneas, trying to see if I could get Rheneas on a full HP. Obviously, he switches out to Jerk into his Scrafty, into his Luxray, not Scrafty, Luxray. Hey, I go for the Superpower because I wanted him to stay in. I don't know how much damage Superpower would have done to his Snorlax, even with the amount of tankiness I was. I don't know how much damage I would have done. But I did get the kill, which I'm happy about. Here he switches into his Tornadus. I don't want to deal with Tornadus, not with this Pokemon, not with Rheneas. Rheneas wouldn't have been able to deal with at all, ever. And here he goes for the Z-Fly. Now, I was at half HP. I probably would have lived this if I wasn't at half HP. If I was at more than half HP, I would have lived this. If I was at full HP, for example, I probably would have lived this. I die here, by the way. Edward dies here. But the fact is, I probably would have lived that at full HP. I go into Bulgy because I didn't really know what else to do. Bulgy was probably my idea here. Didn't realise he would pack Heat Wave. Didn't think about the Heat Wave packing. To tell you the truth, I didn't really prep for Tornadus as much as I thought I did. I just thought I bought things that were super effective on Tornadus. I didn't think about to try and use speed hacks. Higiri goes for the U-turn. I went into Manaphy because I don't have nothing left. He goes back into Jerk. As I go for the Scold, I'm thinking he was trying to save differential in week 1, which is weird. Here I got the Scold Burn, which is nice. It doesn't really help me at this point in the game. I've lost, but you know, it's not really much else I can do at this point. And by the way, if anyone says anything about me saying I've lost before the match is over, I kind of know I've lost, and you can kind of see that I lost. So yeah, shush. Flakade did quite a bit of damage and destroys Manaphy. I did get the burn, so I kind of am happy here. I go into Rheneas, because Rheneas is my last Pokemon. I want to do something with Rheneas. Rheneas was choice, so I was trying to help myself out with other Pokemon. I went for the Blaze Kick. I missed the Blaze Kick. And that happens. Well, what do you know? In a game with reasonable hacks, I want to say, I end up losing to a hack. I end up losing my last Pokemon due to hacks. I wouldn't say I lost the game to hacks, but I would say I lost my last Pokemon to hacks. I didn't prep well for this game. I really didn't prep well. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying new things. I'm on my own here most of the time. I don't have Darude with me because Darude is busy most of the time, but I'm trying, guys. Anyway, if you enjoyed this battle, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. JoesphGames will try and bounce back in the next episode as we take on the Colorado Bouffalants. Yeah, we're taking on the Colorado Bouffalants next week, and it's going to be rather interesting. I'm enjoying every minute of this IBL. It gets me chance to try out new mons and new sets, so I'm very excited. And until next time, I'm JoesphGames, and I will see you next week.